was just tired until I couldn't get out of bed. I told myself it was just another bad week. But one day I sat down to study and nothing, absolutely nothing, would stay in my head. My body felt heavy, my mind felt foggy, and for the first time I realized this wasn't normal stress. This was something more. Welcome to Mindfulcorner, where we unpack the real struggles of students and mental health. Today we're talking about academic pressure and burnout, something so many of us go through but don't always recognize until it's too late.
I used to be the perfect student, straight A's, clubs, volunteering, all of it. But slowly it stopped feeling rewarding. I'd stay up until 2 a.m. trying to keep up, and no matter how much I studied, I felt like I wasn't doing enough. My whole identity was tied to my grades, and when I started burning out, I was terrified that if I slowed down, I'd fall behind and disappoint everyone.
This is the reality for so many students. We're told that hard work pays off, that pushing ourselves is the key to success. But what happens when the pressure to succeed becomes too much? Let's break down the biggest reasons why students feel overwhelmed by academic pressure. First, unrealistic expectations. Schools, parents, and even ourselves set the bar so high that anything less than perfection may feel like failure. Second, the never-ending workload. Piling on advanced courses, extracurriculars, and homework often leaves no room for rest. Third, fear of failure. One bad grade can feel like it defines your entire future. Stress is normal, but burnout, that's when stress goes too far. Let's break it down by comparing normal academic stress versus burnout. Normal academic stress may feel overwhelming, but it's often temporary. It pushes you to study and to stay motivated, which can be good. You can often relieve the stress by taking rests or breaks. However, burnout from academic pressure is different. It features constant exhaustion, mentally and physically, feeling detached, unmotivated, or hopeless, declining grades despite effort, and even rest does not feel refreshing. So, what is happening in your brain when you're dealing with a burnout? Constant academic stress increases cortisol levels, which impacts memory, focus, and motivation. Physical effects can include chronic fatigue, headaches, muscle tension, and even a weakened immune system. Lastly, it can take an emotional toll on you, which leads you to feeling anxious, numb, or even depressed. Burnout isn't just being lazy or not trying hard enough. It's your body and mind forcing you to slow down. Okay, so what can you do if you're feeling completely overwhelmed by school? Well, here are some ways to start recovering from burnout. First, ask yourself, are you pushing yourself too hard? Is this idea of perfectionism and perfecting everything driving you to exhaustion? Second, take breaks. Take breaks that actually help. Short, intentional breaks, not just scrolling through social media, but real rest. Third, you don't always have to say yes to every club, project, or responsibility. Fourth, remember that one bad grade does not define you. Long-term learning is more important than short-term perfection. And lastly, reach out. Talk to a teacher, counselor, or friend. Remember that you're not alone in this, and there are many other people that would be happy to help you out. The hardest part is believing that your well-being matters more than your grades. But it does. Your well-being matters just as much as your physical health. And you can't perform at your best when you're injured or sick. The same applies to your mental well-being. And you can't perform the best academically if you're struggling mentally. I want to leave you with this. Have you ever felt like school is completely draining you out? What signs of burnout do you recognize in yourself? Feel free to DM us your story or share your thoughts. Follow us for more conversations about student mental health. Thank you for listening and joining us today. Stay tuned for our next episode.